Okay, so next up, let us see about borders in CSS. So borders basically means that we can give a border line around some objects in our HTML web page. So let us understand this with the help of an example. So if I just go back to my HTML over here, so what I see is I have, let's say, these two div tags that I have, class 2 and class 3. So I want to assign border on class 2 and I want to assign border on class 3. So first of all, I'll say that on my class 2, I'll be assigning a border. So now when I want to assign a border, I can actually define a style of the border that I want to give. So if I add a property over here, border style, now we can basically choose these styles that we see over here. Let's say I'm going to choose the style solid. So if I save this, you will see that my paragraph 2 is now given a border, and you can see the line is having some thickness, right? We can also change the thickness of this line. So for this, what we can do is we can say border width. So if I say, let's say I want to have my border width as 5px. So if I just save it, you see the border width has now increased. If I make it 15px, so now you can see that the width has increased further on, right? So in this way, I can define the border width, and also I can define a width of the border different for different sides. Like for example, if I'm just writing 5px over here, then that means 5px on the sides of border, on the top, bottom, left and right. But if I say 5px and then after the 5px I write let's say 10px, so now you see that for my left and right the width is 5px, sorry, for my top and bottom the width is 5px, and for my left and right the width is 10px, right? And similarly I can also define the border width different for all the different sides. So for example, if I say after 10px, let me just say 15px and then maybe 20px, right? So if you see over here, the 5px is basically assigned on the top, then the 10px is assigned on the right, 15px is assigned to the bottom, and 20px to the left, right? So in this circular way, the width is being assigned for each of the different side of the border. So let me just reset it back to, let's say 2px is the width of the entire border, or maybe just a bit more, let's say 5px. Okay, now let's say I want to, on my class 3, I want to assign some different style of border. So I'll say border style, and this I would say the border style would be, let's say, dotted. Okay, so you see that now if I save my okay, so I need to put a dot over here, so dot and save, and you see the border has been added with the dotted border, right? Now I can also assign, let's say I want to assign color, right? So what I can say over here is I'll say border color. So let's say I want to assign red color to this, and I save this, the color has changed to red. And maybe for this also I'll say border color, and maybe I'll just assign something like green. Okay, so yeah, it has changed. So in this way you can modify your borders also. And let's say if I want to maybe make the edges of the border a bit rounded over here, so I can also do that. For that I have this property over here known as border radius. So if I just write border radius, now I can give some radius value over here, right? So let's say if I say 5px and I save it, so you see the borders has been rounded a bit, but not that much maybe. So I'll just say 15px, and yeah, you can see the effect over here. So the borders are a bit now rounded over here. And similarly we can do this with all the type of border that we have. So if I just copy this property and add this over here also, so we will basically see the rounded borders over here also. So basically that's about the borders. And after this let's see about margins and paddings.